the great decision so I can show the people what I'm all about. We have rejuvenated myself. We reinvented myself. Redemption is upon us. And I can't wait to show the world what I'm all about. I'm reintroducing myself to the world as Deontay Wilder.
Thank you very much. We're all looking forward to that fight. Now I walk over Tyson Fury, the WBC.
How special it? Describe walking out, especially for the 50th and final time.
It's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. Ring walk on that day. It's going to be.
When people come and they have their value, the good value for money, and they go home, I'm happy with that. You know, so when people say favorite or non-favorite, for me, it don't really matter. I think I'll look back in 2 years' time. No, not excited, but just trying and get things going. Just try and fight and be okay.
I've said before, Wilder is a dangerous Wilder, so, you know, we're looking to be dangerous on Saturday night and ready to go, you know. The ring is gonna be filled with two warriors, filled with rage and passion. And with that being said, it's gonna be a...
Kind of great.
I feel like Derek is definitely more. He looks like he's got more about him in the last few fights that we've seen from him in comparison, to Deontay Wilder. So yeah, I can understand why he's the favourite going into it, and I probably would bank on him for the win as well. But again, with Deontay Wilder, you can't ever rule him out for any second.
Well, if he wins, I don't think he'll retire. Look, both of them, it's their 50th fight. They're old guys. They're in their 40s. What I mean by old guys, not as old as me, but they're in their 40s, which is old for fighters. They don't retain the speed that they had and the mobility they had when they were younger. Big puncher in Deontay, you know, statistically the hardest punching heavyweight world champion, certainly apparently of all time. And you look at the purple patch that Derek's gone through over the last year or so, year and a half. This is going to be an exciting fight, and the reason will be because they're going to rely on their skills and their ring savvy, because they're not going to be able to get out of the way like they used to. So it's going to be bell go, centre of the ring, because that's the style they got, and it'll be a shoot.
Deontay Wilder, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, just for the fans' sake, really, and obviously be working the event that we see a bit of the old Moses, a bit of the old Wilder, a bit of the Bronze Bomber. But you got to look at Chisora. Chisora's not been beaten for a while, and he's beaten some good names. Like, say what you want, but Otto Bollin's a decent fighter. Joe Joyce, decent fighter. And Chisora's won those fights. So Chisora's coming into this on form. You can't really say the same thing about Wilder. So, yeah, I feel like Chisora's just going to get to him. I think Chisora's going to smother him and make it so uncomfortable and drown him. That being said, I think we all know that Wilder could chin him, but I'm going more of Chisora smothering him than Wilder knocking him out. I actually think Chisora could stop.
Derek Chisora just shoved Deontay Wilder at the weigh-in. This isn't promotion anymore. This is real hatred boiling over, and somebody's about to get seriously hurt Saturday night.
Wilder's 40 years old and Derek's 42. And whatever snap you had when you were in your 30s, it's going to start to slow down, and your vulnerabilities will start to stand out a little more as the older you get.
Look at Chisora's eyes in that footage. Zero fear. He's talking like a man who's already decided he's willing to die in that ring. That's the most dangerous type of fighter you can face.
I believe that Derek Chisora can beat Deontay Wilder.
I think he's a big underdog in the fight, and I think he may also get knocked out in the fight. If he gets past 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, he's banging that fight. He might not get through 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, but he's fighting.
And here's what's wild. Every expert is picking the underdog. Fabio, Frank Warren, even Eddie Hearn are leaning toward Chisora. When was the last time you saw the entire boxing world write off Deontay Wilder?
And if he wants to beat Derek Chisora, he's got to go back to being the executioner. He's got to go out there and do what he's done throughout the whole of his career. It's too late in the day to change his style now. So that's not the most advisable thing to do. Not in my opinion.
But Johnny Nelson just dropped a bombshell. He's saying Wilder doesn't have the same sharpness anymore. The reflexes are gone, the timing is off, And if that's true, Chisора's relentless pressure could be devastating.
Both got that, and who will prevail? Because I'm not being disrespectful, they're in their 40s, aren't they now? So the speed that they had a few years ago is not there. Their styles will blend to make it a real, as soon as that bell goes, right on top of each other. And they'll be throwing their...
Here's the thing though, you can't count out a guy with nuclear bombs for hands. One clean shot from Wilder and this whole fight changes in a split second. That right hand has ended careers.
What do you think of Wilder versus Chisora?
I love that fight. It makes more sense than Wilder and Usyk. I think we had a topic saying that Usyk was going to fight Wilder. I'm like, for what? I go, he should be fighting someone that's already on his side, where he's lost or he already's been knocked out, that has a name but is not at the top level. And Derek Chisora fits all those boxes, even though he is on a 3-fight win streak. Chisora has fought all the big names, have come up short, similar to Wilder.
Duke McKenzie is warning Wilder about something crucial. He can't improvise against Chisora. Any hesitation, any experimentation, and Chisora will punish him. This isn't the time to figure things out.
It is a cracking matchup because, yeah, they're both at the veteran stage of their careers, and they've both got power, and it's going to be exciting, and yeah, it's probably the perfect.
But age works both ways in this fight. Frank Warren nails it. These guys might be slower, but they hit harder than ever. Experience plus power equals absolute violence in that ring.
It's a fantastic, almost, you could say a 50-50. We don't know what Wilder's got left. Obviously, he possesses the biggest, probably single punch power since an Ernie Shavers, but he didn't look great. Well, hasn't looked great, has he, for the last couple of years, probably since the Fury trilogy. And Derek continues to keep grinding results out, and wants that 50th fight. It would be a fantastic build-up, we know. It looks like it will be announced. I'm hearing April. I just think it's a great battle.
And get this, both fighters are carrying serious mileage. Wilder's been through wars with Fury. Chisora's been grinding for years. The question is whose body breaks down first under that kind of pressure.
You know, obviously we want Chisora to win. You know, I don't think we really know what Wilder's got left, you know, from his last performances. And, you know, if Chisora can, you know, out-hustle, you know, do what he does, sits on the chest, I think he can beat Wilder. I don't think...
Adam Smith keeps calling this a 50-50 fight, and he's absolutely right. Chisora brings momentum and hunger. Wilder brings that legendary right hand. It's form versus power, and somebody's getting knocked out cold.
I think the form that Chisora's in might be a slight favourite going in, but it's Chisora's come forward aggression, and Wilder has that jackhammer right hand, biggest single puncher since Ernie Shavers back in the day, but can he still pull?
Here's what nobody's talking about though, the mental side. Wilder's dealing with personal issues outside the ring. Chisora looks laser focused. That mental edge could be the difference when the bombs start flying.
I think Wilder's a massive favourite. When he was WBC champion, he was a handful. I think the Fury fight took a lot out of him, and then obviously the Zhang fight and stuff like that, and he isn't the same fighter he once was. Is Chisora, I don't know, he's got a lot of mileage on the clock as well. I think the fact that they've both got a lot of mileage is probably what makes it a good competitive fight. As a Brit, obviously you want to back Chisora. I don't know, I can see either out. I think that's why it's a good fight, the fact that it's a tough one to pick. I didn't know the bookies have got Chisora favourite, but yeah, it's a good interesting fight, and I think it shows that sometimes it doesn't have to be world title fights to get people interested. If it's a good fight and it's a good even matchup, then no.
Dalton Smith made a great point about heart and activity. If Chisora can make this ugly, make it a dog fight, force Wilder into deep waters, that's where the bronze bomber has looked most vulnerable lately.
I mean, I met Deontay Wilder, and he strikes me as being a very honest and very open man. And if you talk to him, he'll bare his soul. Now, if he says he was going through a divorce, believe him, because I do. I've been through a very similar situation. When your personal life is in turmoil, it would affect your performance as a boxer, and I'm sure it would affect your performance or whatever job you were doing. If you were going through that kind of thing, it's enough to throw anybody off key. I think the reality is with Chisora and Wilder, they may not be at their peak now, neither of them, which makes for a good fight.
So here's my prediction. This fight doesn't go 12 rounds. Somebody's getting stopped, and it's going to be violent. Chisора's pressure meets Wilder's power, and fireworks are guaranteed from the opening bell. So there you have it. The experts are split, the tension is real, and both fighters are locked in for war. This isn't just about who wins, it's about who can survive the other man's best shot. My question for you, does Wilder still have that killer instinct, or is Chisora about to shock the world? Drop your predictions below, smash that like button if you're hyped for this fight, and subscribe because heavyweight boxing is back in a big way. But wait, there's something else brewing that could completely flip this fight. Chisora's team just revealed they've been studying every single one of Wilder's knockouts frame by frame. They found a pattern in his footwork right before he throws that right hand. If they're right, and if Chisora can time it perfectly, he might actually see that bomb coming. And speaking of game plans, Wilder's corner is apparently going back to basics. No more fancy combinations, no more trying to box. They want him to stalk, pressure, and hunt for that one clean shot. It's a complete 180 from his recent fights, and honestly, it might be exactly what he needs. The weigh-in numbers tell their own story too. Both guys came in heavier than they've been in years. That's not accident, that's strategy. They're both loading up for maximum damage. When heavyweights add weight intentionally, somebody's getting hurt badly. Here's what's really crazy though, the betting odds keep shifting by the hour. Money is pouring in on both sides like I've never seen. The smart money can't decide, and that's when you know you've got a genuine pick-em fight on your hands. Teddy Atlas dropped some wisdom that gave me chills. He said when two fighters hate each other this much, technique goes out the window. It becomes about who wants it more, who's willing to take more punishment to land their shots. That's terrifying and beautiful at the same time.